guys, what's up? Welcome to the second episode on our road to a 10 bill loot tab, and we're kicking it off with some raids. The reason I was doing a lot of raids is because I've been doing a lot of Telos, and I need to get Acto regardless to push my enrages higher. I'm going to probably end up saying this throughout the video, but pretty much I also wanted to get Burial Charms for that 5k reputation as well, so I could start re-rolling drops because I didn't have the re-roll option, and we're almost in 2017, and yeah, I'm like 3 out of 15 raids pieces, and I don't have rerolls, so I thought I'd get my arse into gear and start doing them. Later on, I went back to Telos, and as you can see there, I got myself my second orb, the Volcanic, which, you know, I didn't actually, well, I recorded it, saved the file ended up being corrupt, and I could only record that little section of the message in the chat there. I was so annoyed, because it was just, I think it was on like, it was pretty soon after my first orb of my third weapon set, so I was pretty surprised about that. Then straight back to raids, doing some Beastmaster, got a personal record of like 311. I think it's lower than that now. I think I've got a sub 3 BM now, which isn't too bad. And yeah, again, just going for the Burial Charms, and I've also started to do my daily, or I did do my daily, Gobi tasks in Mazcab, just so I could get that, I think, 45 reputation per day, just to finish off the 5k that I did need for rerolls, which I did end up getting later on in this video, which is pretty insane. And you know, it was very nice to have as well, you know, rerolling the Yakka loot if I do not get any Acto, just for that higher Acto chance, so that's pretty awesome. So I've tried to stay as consistent as I possibly can with raids. Also, the raids weekend has happened, so that was very nice as well, where you could do raids every day on the weekend, or on one of the weekends during December, so that was very nice. So yeah, I ended up doing, I think, well, you'll see at the end of the video though, I've done quite a lot of Beastmaster and Yakkas, I think, from my last episode, but we're coming in with the magic boots there, so I've got sort of like 2 magic pieces now, which helps a lot at Telos, and we're going to go straight back to Telos and see our luck there and see what we get.
Yeah.
Yo, I got a fucking codex, Alan.
No, you better fucking use that shit.
I've got to use it, haven't I?
Yeah, you gotta fucking use it, pussy. Come on, where's the message? Where's that?
Bradley.
Thanks,
now
man.
fucking use it, pussy.
Alright, mate, I will.
No, you won't.
I'm shocked you haven't used
Buying
it yet.
pics.
Just do it. Just do it. Rip it off like a band-aid.
How much is it?
The fact
Don't worry about how much it is, Lee. Just
Don't
fucking
even
use
examine it. Don't even tell Lee out. Just use that shit.
Just
Tell
fucking
it,
use that shit right now. Tell
it
it to the
goes straight
bank.
to the bank.
Tell it to the bank. Withdraw that shit and use it.
Yeah.
Don't use it.
Yeah, I unlocked it.
Pics.
Yes, boys! Oh, finally. Fucking finally.
I was like,
Praise the fucking Lord, it exists.
that response from me.
Yes. Oh my Lord.
Yay! Yay, Lily!
Thanks, Paige.
Now get an
I know, right? So yeah, finally the meme was over of 1,246 KC before we got ourselves a Telos pet, which is unbelievable, but I'm glad I just kept going and the motivation stayed there. I think it was because of all the money, really. That's what kind of just motivated me to just crack on with it and keep doing it, and I was kind of glad that I didn't get the pet till really late on. So later on, I did actually do my daily Gobi tasks, and I finally got 5k rep, so almost in 2017, and your boy's just coming in with a 5k rep for raids rerolls now. So yeah, I'm finally with the times now, and I can finally reroll items or drops from the raids bosses, and finally try and go for 15 out of 15 Acto, which would be pretty amazing. Well, on the way to it though, we got ourselves, I think, our 5th piece there with the Acto boots. So I need one more boot piece, so that would be the range boots before I move on to helms, and then, you know, we'll be well on the way then on going for the full Acto. I think that was my first actual raid with rerolls as well, so I then went on to claim the Beastmaster loot, because people have told me that I should be rerolling Yakka if I do not get an Acto piece on the first chest, because it has a higher chance of receiving Acto from Yakamaru than you do Beastmaster. So I just went back and claimed my loot from BM, rerolled it, still didn't get anything from BM, and then we went and continued our Telos streak from, I think, a few hours before, and I was kind of hoping this would be a warden streak. It did end up being a warden streak, and it's just kind of weird how some kills you use all your food and other kills you use like a row of yak. It's just so, I want to try and get a little bit more consistent. I think I'm getting there fairly well already. I mean, I only used 2 pieces of Acto. The other one is just a bought piece by Techie in the shop, so I don't really gain the full benefits from it. I do gain defensive resets, which are nice, but you know, for like the damage absorption and also the damage with a shield is so reduced compared to what I'd be using with full Acto. So yeah, I'm doing alright. I want to try and push for 600-700% on a streak and then get more comfortable with higher enraged kills. I think after, you know, when I feel like it, I am going to still do Telos, and I might just push for higher enrages now, just so I can get a little bit more comfortable with the boss at higher enrages, rather than starting from 100 or starting from 0, which I rarely do. But yeah, I think that would be the key, just practice higher enrages, and that'll get me into the flow of obviously doing P5. My P5 rotation for a higher enrage definitely needs work on, but you know, I'm getting it down very slowly, and obviously with a possible new computer which is on the way, that will help quite dramatically. So yeah, I pushed it to about 511% I think, before I think DCing or dying. And then the streak after that, we got a Dormant Seren Godbow in the chest there, which I did decide to risk, with it only being I think 40 to 50 mil GE price. Might be slightly higher now, but I'm not too sure. I did decide to risk it because I did hear a few things from people saying how if you have an item in the chest or a higher reward value, then you are entitled to sort of like more drops and stuff like that. Really not sure if that is true. I mean, this streak did come to an end at around 484% in rage when I DC'd, which sucked a little bit. You know, the chest was just over 100 mil at the time, and I think it was like a 32-33 streak, so, you know, improving all the time. I've done, I think, I did do 6 or 7 back-to-back warden streaks, or almost back-to-back warden streaks, one after the other. So that is definite improvement from my part. I just need to finesse the sort of like the higher enraged kills, like I did say earlier. And then the streak after that one, we got ourselves a Dormant Godsword at 182% in rage, which I yet again streaked, with it being such a low valued drop from Telos, just to see where it'd get me. Didn't get me very far, I'm afraid. I ended up doing something retarded, I think, and just ended up falling over on a much lower in rage than normal. And then finally we got ourselves that corrupted anima piece, and I've never claimed something so fast, because I think I went a good almost 400 KC dry without getting that orb from my volcanic to my corrupted. So it didn't seem too much in the video, but when you're actually doing it yourself, it took me I think 28 days for me to get my second orb to my third orb, so that is quite crazy. Obviously work is included there, and I do skills now and again as well. It wasn't purely camping Telos religiously. I was doing it for about 4 hours a day at the time. But with it being Christmas, I've been able to nerd it a little bit more, sort of like 8 to 10 hours a day, just purely camping Telos. So now that's all been done and dusted. I did end up selling the staff for 2.4. I held on to it for a few days to see what people were buying and selling them for, and then I settled with 2.4. So I asked the guy for 60 mil shards and 900 mil cash. 900 mil cash being the reason, or being the amount that I did pay for my dormant staff for making my second staffers list case. So that 900 mil is going into my money pouch, and it's not being included into the final loot tab. So that is all sort of like the totaled up and put to one side. All the expenses that I've actually used of my own money, that's all been paid back. So the loot tab is just pure profit right now, as you'll see now. Alright then guys, what is up? And here we go with the final bit of this video, where we're going to go usual stuff, boss kills, loot tab, and we're going to actually do a price check. So I'm going to try and get through it as fast as I can to save you guys the bore of watching this. So yeah, let's kind of crack on. We'll go straight into the boss kills though, and we shall see where we've improved. So pretty much this is only going to be raids and Telos, which is pretty much raised up really. As you can see, we're on to 81 Beastmaster now, and if we scroll down, we're on to 60 Yakka, so 40 more Yakka and 19 more Beastmaster, and then I can get the final boss title, I do believe. So that'll be a quite little nice broadcast to get, and a nice title. Big change though is Telos. I think I was like just over 1000 KC when I ended episode 1 on my road to 10 build tab, and we are now just over 1.5k KC, so that is pretty immense. 1.5k KC 9 orbs, 2 dormant staffs, 2 codexes, pet, and I've also received a dormant sword and a dormant bow, but I risked them in the chest and I ended up dying and DCing, and I didn't actually get them. So if you want to count them, then you can, but I'm not going to actually count them to the total of the price. Check off the tab. So anyway, something that you all want to see, I assume, is this current loot tab, and as you can see there, or in the previous clip rather, I did actually sell my third Staffus Liske for 2.4 bill, bang on the dot, and I did actually deduct the 900 mil that I did buy the dormant staff for my second Staffus Liske, which I am now keeping, but I'm going to actually include this price into the tab as well. So yeah, that has all been sorted out, that's all been deducted, and we're all fair and square there. And yeah, pretty much we profited 60 mil shards from that staff, so that was a 1.5 bill profit. So yeah, which isn't too bad. So we've made 2 staffs out of the 3, and they've both been max profit of 2.4 bill, and 1.5 bill from the third staff, so that's not too bad. Up to 177 mil shards right here, and yeah, just general resources have built up quite a lot with me doing so much Telos. I mean, 5.6k rune maces, these are just purely from Telos, so you get an insane amount of rune maces if you can shriek quite well. And pretty much I have actually been streaking just at 100 to 500 and then kind of looting if I do get the chance to loot, mainly because I don't have Acto yet. I can't really push myself for higher enrages. I mean, I know I can. Well, I know 1000% enrage is possible, do it without Acto and without 292. But for me to fully do a smooth streak, then I would prefer to have Acto and switch it out at around 400% enrage. But until then, I'm still going to do raids though. I'm still going to do raids and try and get Acto for the new bosses in the future, and also to still continue to do Telos and go for that 1k enrage. But yeah, just going through here, we've still got all the general stuff. 83 onyxes now. I've lost a few on Telos streaks, but they usually round down, so I end up getting 1 at least out the chest at the end. And yeah, you guys can see the rest for yourself. Not going to go over every single item. And then down at the bottom it is an augmented Staffus Liske, which I just did say earlier that I'm going to be keeping this staff. I'm not going to be selling it. I'm going to be including it into the final price check though, however, since it's a staff that I've actually made myself. So yeah. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is actually start with drawing this out and price checking it. Right then, first inventory, as per usual, the total of the loot as we go is going to be somewhere on the screen, wherever I'm going to decide to put it, but it's going to be there. So first inventory, let's crack on with it, open it up, and slap it into the price checker. 1.9 bill straight away. 2 Noxes made from Spider Boss. I haven't really been back since Telos has been released, because obviously Telos is just so much greater money if you know how to do it. And then just general herbs and stuff like that from Spider, Telos, Virago, and yeah, energies from Virago. We scroll down here, almost 1k. I would have liked to get 1k, but I can always do that when I go for Insane Final Boss, because I still need a Vitalis, and yeah, I won't say too much more about that. But yeah, 334 mil in Tectonic Energies, that is pretty sick. Onyx Bolts as well, majority of them are from Nex, I do believe. So 215 mil from Nex, haven't been there in ages either. So probably my PVM skills, you know, like bosses like Nex, Virago and stuff like that, and Spider will probably suck because I haven't really been in months. But yeah, that's the first inventory done, 1.9 bill, pretty sick. And coming in strong with inventory number 2, this is a little bit more Telos, bits and bobs, onyxes. Would have liked to have gotten 100, but never mind. And then we got like rune maces and a few Slayer things as well when I was going for the Slayer skilling pet, so that's not too bad. Scrolling down there, that's a cheeky 730 mil, which is very nice as per usual. And a few God Wars Dungeon 1 items as I was doing a few Bandos kills going for the pet. Still haven't got that pet, but I'll leave that for when I do decide to go for Insane Final Boss. So yeah, 730 mil. Not too bad. Inventory number 3 then. It's got it's got the beginning of the next armors and also a few from, you know, Rise of the Six shields wise, and pretty much God Wars 2 this tab, to be honest. And it's almost 400 mil, so you know that's not too bad. Majority of this is from, I think, lances, crests. 5 crests is 106 mil. And then we've got obviously the few next items down here, which, you know, have dropped slightly, but they still look pretty nice in the tab. So that's not too bad. Another 400 mil. Straight to the calculator. This is going to be the second to last inventory. Majority of the next armors and items that I've collected over the course of soloing Nex and stuff like that. I still need to get the next pet. Still haven't got that yet. I think 1.7k KC, so I'll have to go for that soon. But yeah, for that, inventory is 443 mil, so that is pretty nice. Boots are quite expensive now. Phoenix boots are 17 mil each. That's quite cool. Zarite bows 20 mil. So yeah, another 400 millish to the calculator that I'm currently adding up all these to a rough amount, and then yeah, the total will be on the screen as per always. But we're closing in on that 4 bill mark right now. Alright, last inventory, and this is where pretty much the majority of this tab is. So we've got 871 mil cash, which is from selling my ores a few months ago, and also around 500 mil of that is from seismic splits from Virago when I was really into Virago. 177 mil spirit shards, 177.6 mil spirit shards. We've got in this 1 codex and 2 full staffs made, 2 staff Sliscays made, all in this, and this is the final results, like I said earlier, after deducting the 900 mil that I did buy the dormant staff for to make my second staff. And then finally we've got an actual staff Sliscay here, which I'm keeping, and we are going to be including that into this tab just because I've pretty much made it myself from Telos. You know, I'm going to definitely include it. I mean, I don't see why not. So yeah, I'll add these to the calculator. These spirit shards are around 4.4 bill, I do believe. They are valued at, if we open up the price checker, they are valued at 23 GP each, but you can sell them to the summoning shop or the pet shop in Tavli for a solid 25 GP each. So never sell them on the GE, always go to the pet shop in Tavli to sell these shards because you'll get a 25 GP fixed rate. And then we've got obviously the 871 mil cash, and then the augmented staff as Sliscay, which I'm keeping, which we're going to value at 2.4 bill because that's what it's currently around. And yeah, I've most recently sold another staff as Sliscay for 2.4 bill, so I'm going to include that there as 2.4 bill. So if we add all that into the price check, then the final actual amount is on the bottom, and I think we're just over 11 bill, if not bordering 11 bill. So yeah, that is absolutely crazy. After everything's been deducted, all the sort of costs have been worked out, I would say we've actually made a good you know, 10.5 bill easily. I mean, I've rarely died at Telos now, and when I do die, you know, it's actually on a decent streak. So overall we have profited a good, what, 10.5 bill. We're making this series, and the total wealth is around just over 11, I think. That is, if we didn't actually deduct anything for potions, deaths and all this lot and repairs. So yeah, that is amazing. That is pretty much it. The 10 bill series is done. It didn't take me too long. I knew it wouldn't take me that long at all. So yeah, I'm sorry again. Well, I'm going to say sorry now for actually just including raids in Telos because you know, a lot of people are saying how, you know, I should vary it up, do other bosses, but end of the day, I'm not going to really camp Bandos or God Wars 2 for 10 bill. I mean, I'm going to, you know, fully do the thing that makes the most money, and that is Telos, I'm afraid. You know, if you're decent at Telos, then, and you can streak a few kills past 100% in rage, then you're guaranteed to make quite a lot of money, and that is what I've done. So I do apologise for not being very creative and varying my content a bit. I've just stuck with one boss because that is, I want to get it done and dusted and start going for XP. As you can see, I've got, like, all this is pretty much all 200 mils already, so I gained no XP, so it's quite a waste anyway. So yeah guys, thank you so much for supporting this, thank you for watching, and I've got some news as well. I have ordered a brand new PC, so I'm in the process of transferring all of my Camtasia files, all my video files, onto my external hard drive, which I did get for Christmas. So yeah, that should come in the next few days. It's currently being built for me. So yeah, I'll keep you guys more updated on that because my current PC is slowly dying. And it limits me a lot when it comes to making content and even streaming and stuff like that, so I can't really stream. I haven't streamed in like a good year and a half. So hopefully a new PC will motivate me to get back into that. So yeah guys, hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. Let me know what you did get down in the comments below. Let me know, obviously, your thoughts, feedback, as per always. And yeah, I hope you do all have a wonderful week, wonderful day, and yeah, just stay safe guys. I shall see you soon. Peace.